Okay, well, welcome everybody. It's about, I guess, 7:35 your time. Get started here for the Creekside Home Field Kansas City conference call for United Umpires. I'd like to take a quick look back at 2023 before we really move on to 2024. I want to thank everybody um, who was involved with making everything out at Creekside and all the offsites for 2023 a success. I think probably somewhere in the range of 4,000, 4,500 games. As Josh will highlight later, every game that was supposed to have two umpires had two umpires, and that's quite an accomplishment in today's day and age, and certainly a testament to everybody who pitched in to work an extra game or stay an hour later or come 2 hours earlier or hop on a field when they were supposed to be a site supervisor when someone got injured. So certainly thank you to all of you for that. And as you guys hear me say all the time, we certainly couldn't do that without you. And from that standpoint, very happy to see a number of umpires who work with us out at Creekside, who will work with us at home field, have a lot of success in their own careers, whether that be getting a high school state championship, uh, working college baseball for the first time, working that first Division II game, that first Division I game, whatever it might be. So great accomplishments. And as we continue to have those type of accomplishments, Josh and the staff are doing a great job replenishing and certainly getting a ton of umpires to come in and start their careers or change over to be a part of our program at Creekside and now home field in 2024. So a lot of changes, and I'll try not to steal too much of Todd and Josh's thunder here, but obviously with home field opening, we will have some changes, some more volume, probably not as much volume addition as maybe it seems. We'll certainly need all hands on deck, but with the addition of home field will probably be a lot of our offsites going away, at least most of the weekend. So it's probably not a full increase of 8 fields a weekend, more like in that 4 or 5 range, because some of those offsites will be going away. So, but we'll need all hands on deck, and we'll also need a ton of patience and cooperation, especially at home field. And again, I'll let Josh touch on some of that stuff, but certainly we're in an opening stage process at home field. So some of the amenities that we have at Creekside, we may not have over at home field. And I just ask for kind of your continued patience with that. Had a discussion with Blake Hibbler this morning, who's the president of Prep Baseball. And, it's not just going to be us that's going to maybe be without some amenities at home field. They don't even have a building for their workers, and things of that nature. So we're going to do everything that we can to get some of that stuff going. But it will be a work in progress, and certainly we will ask that whatever instructions Ty and the staff and Josh have for you guys in terms of parking and stuff like that, do the best you can to comply and have some patience and certainly do it with a smile. As I kind of say on all the conference calls, we're very lucky to have the support that we have from Prep Baseball, from the scouts, from Andy, from everyone, from Ty, and all of the people that work both in Kansas City and also for the national team with Prep Baseball. I've been on the other side. I know what it's like some places. Other places it's good, some places it's good, some places it's bad. We are consistently getting a lot of support and the support that we need from Prep Baseball, and we are all very appreciative of that. And I know as umpires, when you take a step back and think about it, I'm sure you're appreciative as well. To that end, I want to give, and I'm not sure who's on the call because I have my screen shared. I'm going to guess it's probably Ty, but I want to give Ty a couple minutes here to just talk a little bit about what's coming, what he saw in 2023, and what we're looking forward to here in 2024.
Yep. First introduction to anybody and everybody who doesn't know. I'm Ty White. I'll be the director of both Creekside and Home Field. So Prep Baseball Kansas City is the name that will go by for both facilities moving forward. Wally Marciel, he's been brought on. He's going to be the director of Home Field. He'll help out directly there. And then we are director for the Creekside complex. So a good crew amongst all of them. And then Josh, obviously, will be handling the umpire signing for both facilities. And then he's got a couple guys that are going to help him out in regards to the day-to-day operations. So again, all of us together as a team, and Alex has spoken on it briefly, but I can't speak on it anymore. Without you guys, we are nothing, and without us, you guys are nothing. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship for both of us that we provide opportunity for you guys, and you guys provide really, really good quality opportunities for us to get out in front of people. So very appreciative for everything that you guys do, and will continue to do for us as we work together. But the most exciting thing that we have is 8 new fields, and it's at 2 complexes instead of 40 minutes or 30 miles or different places away. So 14 fields, like Alex touched on, the total volume of games is probably going to go up by about 1,000 on the entirety of the year because instead of having 8 offsites, we have 8 different fields. So that's the biggest positive is instead of sending people to offsites and having people help out in different places, for the most part, it's just going to be at those 2 complexes. The biggest jump will be in the spring season, and me and Josh, I think, are pretty well prepared for getting ourselves ready for that with the volume increase for those 3 day events. But the summer events at 2 different complexes, we should be in pretty good shape. But it's something that we haven't done before. I've never operated at 2 different complexes with 14 fields. So, Alex touched on it. We don't have office space over there. We don't have a maintenance shop. I mean, there's a lot of things that the original contract that was built started with PG Midwest and we weren't involved in. So, there were a lot of things that were done and built that we didn't have any say in. So, a lot of the things after the fact that there's it's still an active construction site that we're allowed to play baseball on. So once they finally get done with things and get out of our way, we'll be able to do some upgrades and try to make some positive adjustments. But until then, it's just all hands on deck on trying to make the most of what we have. And that's 8 really, really nice full turf baseball fields in a pretty good location next to the legend in Kansas City, Kansas. So as a whole, I couldn't be more excited about having 14 fields that are turf that are 12 minutes apart. In Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. So the teams and people that we're going to bring in are going to continue to grow. We ask that you guys continue to help us in that. And as we work through this, you guys will be at home field the same amount of time that we will. It'll be new to you, it'll be new to us. So, only thing that we can ask is open communication between everybody. You guys are going to see it from a different lens than we are. We're going to see it from a different lens than you. If we can communicate with each other on how we think that we could do things better, how you guys see or what you hear from coaches and fans and people of how we can make the place better, that's going to be really important for us, especially early as home field is brand new to everybody on things that we can start making a priority list of what's the most important thing that we need to do to make this place better. If that's different facilities or different ways to get from point A to point B. But your guys' feedback and what you hear from coaches and teams is going to be really big for us and how we want to help grow and build this thing. So again, extremely appreciative for your guys' help and how you allow us to move forward. But 14 fields is way better than 6, and it's at 2 spots, which is way better than 6 different places. So we couldn't be more excited about the opportunities that we've got, what we're looking forward to. So, Josh, I'll let you pick up from there, but appreciate your guys' time, and we're really looking forward to it.
Appreciate it, Ty. It's always good to see you, man. Wally, I see you on the call too, I think. Thanks for joining us. See your name on there. So really appreciate it. Appreciate the support we always get in Kansas City. And like Ty said there, it's gonna take some patience from all of us, I think, to figure it all out. It's never easy. So certainly we ask that the feedback that you have, filter it through Mike Leach, filter it through Josh, and we'll get it back to Ty and the guys, and they're always looking to make the improvements to make it better for everybody because that's ultimately kind of what we're here for. So Ty, we'll see you out in Kansas City hopefully at some point in the spring or summer, man. Todd, I'm going to give you a couple seconds here just to say hello. Todd Marler is the president of United Travel. He oversees kind of everything that happens everywhere. And welcome.
Thanks, Alex. Just really, everybody's already touched on it. Everybody, all we can ask is just be patient going through this. We've had a lot of conversations on the back end with a lot of people on how this is going to work, and Josh is going to lay out what we've kind of come up with. But please understand, there's going to be some growing pains. The one thing that I do want to stress to all of y'all, and all of the umpires, and I say this on everything, is prep baseball is able to grow, and we are able to grow because of the relationships that we have. But understand those relationships are built knowing that the umpires that we have are going to go out and do the right thing and be good people on the field and do a great job. Um, it's important for us to continue to do that and to focus on that, because that gives them a better opportunity to bring better teams in. And obviously, with the new facility, that's going to be a larger draw. So I'm excited to get out there. I'm going to be out there the first week that we're playing. So looking forward to seeing all of y'all, and just really ask for some patience and go out and enjoy yourselves, and look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.
Thanks, Todd. Some other people that we'll hear from on the call here tonight. Obviously, you all know Josh very well. Josh will have kind of the majority of the presentation here, but we'll also hear from Brian DeBrouwer on some training stuff, and then Rudy Fernback is with us, and Kate Galante is with us talking about recruiting and a little bit of uniforms. So before we get a little bit into the meat and potatoes with Josh, I wanted to turn it over to Rudy, who is our new director of recruitment. And he lives in New York and has worked with us at United on the collegiate side for many years. And through his wonderful early retirement from UPS, will be joining us to help with a lot of things in a lot of different capacities.
Thanks, Alex. I appreciate it. Guys, just a couple things I wanted to touch on. Excuse me. First of all, as echo the sentiments to everybody, thanks for everything you do. Everybody has said we can't do it without you. And I know that firsthand, that feeling of the pressure of all those games and having to stay longer and all the work that you do. So we really do appreciate it. I'll be very brief. The one thing that I just want to touch about that you heard earlier in the call, probably 1,000 more games in Kansas City. So we need umpires. We need guys to fill the staff, and the best way to do that is through word of mouth, through you guys. You are our biggest advertiser. How great you guys know it is in Kansas City, how great it is working for Josh and his staff. That's the message that we need to get out there. Have guys that are interested reach out to me, have them reach out to Josh, and let's really build our staff out there. The second thing that I want to talk about briefly is mentorship. You're going to see a lot of young guys, a lot of new guys coming into Kansas City, help them out. Take those young guys under your wing, make it the great experience that you've had there, and help them navigate all the different situations that arise. It's veterans like you that have worked there before, who we're going to lean on through all the changes that are going on out there. So, take a guy on, mentor a young guy, help him have the experience that you had. And if you are a new guy on this call, if you're a young guy, find the guy out there that can be your guy, the guy that you can have those conversations with on the drive home, or you can talk to during the day, in between games, and use that veteran knowledge to help you get better. So that's what I got. I just wanted to say hello. I hope to get out there and see you all at some point. Really appreciate the job that you do. And if there's anybody that that you think would be a good fit with us and at Creekside and Home Field, certainly have them reach out. So thanks, guys.
Thanks, Rudy. One of the things that we've really had Rudy focusing on this year is being kind of that person that really can get back to everybody who has an interest in umpiring, whether it be at Kansas City or anywhere else. And so certainly we'll filter through Josh and some of the guys there, but Rudy is that point person. So if you have somebody that wants to get involved, certainly Josh is a great avenue to start with, but Rudy's email is up there as well. And we're really trying to make sure that nobody falls through the cracks this year. I'm as guilty as anybody at times of getting overly busy, and someone who wants to get into umpiring, who could be a great asset to all of us, falls through the cracks. So obviously more games than ever everywhere, and trying to fix that problem. And I think Rudy's been in his just first 2 months here, has been a great asset in that area. A lot of experience there and a lot of good knowledge to share with everyone. Couple nuts and bolts things that I think you all, at least with a little bit of experience in Kansas City, know that I handle. From a payroll standpoint, we are actually going to be making a switch this year to a company called Every. This diagram just gives you a quick look at kind of what it might look like when you do log in. What's going to happen here in the next, I don't know, week or so probably, is you're going to get an email and a text message from a company called Every. It's probably between a 5 and 10 minute onboarding process. And this will allow you to set up either a direct deposit, as many of you had through Arbiter Pay, or the ability to get a preloaded debit card. So why are we doing this? There's a couple different reasons. Number one, the pricing of the processing of payments at Arbiter Pay has started to go through the roof. And obviously we're always looking for ways to keep expenses down, because that, something like payroll processing is something that we would directly have to, kind of kick back and somehow get influenced in the dues. So we don't want our dues to go up. We don't want things like that to be pushed back on you all. So that's probably reason number one is cost. Reason number two is I think there's just a little bit of a quicker turnaround. I think we're going to see most of these as 1-day ACHs. So what that means is when you're done working on Sunday, I will process that on Monday, and it will actually hit your bank account on Tuesday. So I know that sometimes with Arbiter Pay, you knew you had it in Arbiter Pay, but to get that money into your actual bank account took a little bit of time. The other piece of that I mentioned was the debit card. And if you are to set up that way, the debit card money gets loaded almost instantaneously. And I think that there's also a feature that you can pay like $1 or $2 to the company and actually get your money like immediately. So I think all of those options are great for our umpires. I know every once in a while someone works a $1,600 weekend and you need that money right away. And this gives you that option for a really cheap price. And then also the processing on the other two options, I think have gone down and are better for all of us. So that's the reason for this. I'm hoping it's advantageous to us and to all of the umpires in all of our different locations. So Please, when you do get the email or the text message, don't wait to fix that and to get it all set up. Just go ahead and do it. It's really simple. And they'll walk you through it. And then if there are problems, I'd rather be working on it 2-3 weeks before we're trying to pay you than, on a Monday when you need the money and now all of a sudden there's, something crazy's happened. So try to get onboarded as quickly as you can. As you do that, there'll also be an independent contractor form that just says you're an independent contractor, that kind of standard language that you'll have to fill out. So those are the couple of things that come with every and payment. For this year, the 145s are going to stay at that 57. I still feel that's very competitive in the Kansas City market. We're going to go up a few dollars to 70 on the 2-hour games here. No changes in registration fees. We'll still have that kind of blackout period where we don't charge dues on a weekly basis. Then we'll kind of pick up again at Memorial Day. If you are new to the group, there will be some other stuff that you have to get filled out, and we have to get you into Arbiter. So please reach out to Josh, and he will get you going. You can also reach out to Rudy, and he will get you going. There's Josh and Rudy's email addresses. So if that's something that is, if you're new for 2024 and we haven't gotten you in, certainly get that going so that we can get you set up and things of that nature. Kind of as he does every year, Brian DeBrouwer is going to give a little bit of a video message here for us on getting ready for the year and on training for the year. So here we go.
Hello all. Last time I was talking about my season preparation, we were dealing with our visual training, making sure that we're ready to track that baseball to all parts of the strike zone. Today, I want to switch it up a little bit and talk about some mindset preparation. So what do we mean by that? Well, hello all. Last time I was talking about my season preparation, we were dealing with our visual training, making sure that we're ready to track that baseball to all parts of the strike zone. Today, I want to switch it up a little bit and talk about some mindset preparation. So what do we mean by that? Well, we deal with a lot of stress on the field as umpires. We're out there in a team of 2, 3, or 4, and we're taking incoming fire from all sides. And we've got to be able to be mentally tough and resilient enough to handle that and still officiate the game the best way possible. So how do we achieve that? Well, I've discovered some things about myself and some things that help me to maximize my resiliency during the season, and I want to share those with you. Those things are going to be breath work, self-compassion, and positive self-talk. So let's jump right in to breath work, and what we're going to focus on here is the physiological sigh. We're going to throw it to a video.
The physiological sigh is a pattern of breathing that we all engage in deep sleep. When levels of carbon dioxide in our bloodstream get too high, we, or our dogs, you can see your dog do this, will do a double inhale followed by an extended exhale. Children or adults, for that matter, that are sobbing and lose their breath, so to speak, will also do a double inhale, exhale. That's the spontaneous execution of what we call the physiological sigh. The reason it works so well to relax us is because it offloads a lot of carbon dioxide all at once. Now, when we do a double inhale, so I'll do this now twice through my nose, or you could do this, or you could do it through your mouth, but it works best through the nose. It's inhale, and then you sneak a little bit more air in at the very end. When you do that, you reinflate those little sacs. And when you exhale, then you discard all the carbon dioxide at once. So the simple way to describe this protocol is that unless you are underwater, you do a double inhale followed by an extended exhale, and you offload the maximum amount of carbon dioxide. And we found in our laboratory, and other laboratories have found, that just 1, 2, or 3 of those physiological sighs brings your level of stress down very, very fast.
Feels better. I'm ready for the rest of the presentation. Let's move on to self-compassion. And when I talk about self-compassion, what I mean is being forgiving of yourself, being forgiving of the feelings that are coming up. So let's take a look at another video.
Self-compassion is an amazing source of strength and emotional resilience. Now it's funny because a lot of people are afraid to be self-compassionate because they think it's weak, right? Self-compassion is for sissies. If you look at the research, you'll think again, because we know that people who are more self-compassionate have much more resilience to get through difficult times. Just to give one small example, we did a study of veterans coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan. We measured their self-compassion levels, and we also measured whether or not they developed post-traumatic stress disorder. And what we found is soldiers' levels of self-compassion was more predictive of whether or not they developed PTSD 1 year later than how much combat exposure they faced. So think about that for a second, what that says. That says it doesn't matter as much what happens to you, is how do you relate to yourself when times are difficult. Are you an inner ally or an inner enemy? And most people are inner enemies. That voice in their head is constantly cutting them down, saying you're not good enough, you screwed up, I hate you. All these voices in our head, we're constantly harming ourselves. What happens when you have a voice instead that supports you, that says, hey, I love you anyway, it's okay, I'm here for you, I'll support you, what do you need right now? When that's the voice inside your head, it's an incredible source of strength and resilience, and that's what the research shows.
So for me, self-compassion boils down to this key phrase. It's okay that I am X, that I'm anxious, that I'm excited, that I'm nervous. Forgiving yourself for feeling the thing that you're feeling. If you try to combat that feeling, if you try to bury it down, you're not going to be able to address it. You're not going to be able to develop the resiliency you need to deal with that feeling. And something really, really outstanding happens when you're forgiving with yourself. And that is, you end up being very forgiving with other people. And we need to relate to a lot of people on the field in an understanding way. And if we can be forgiving of ourselves, that's going to bleed over into how we deal with them. And I really would bring my own journey with self-compassion to the table here as an example for everyone. And that is, I used to think that because I was so hard on myself, right? I had these high expectations, and when I didn't meet them, I'd be really hard on myself. That gave me license to be hard on everyone else. And that's just really not the case, because not only do you rub people the wrong way, you also minimize their performance, right? If you're being judgmental of your partners, and you're not creating an empowering working environment, you're not maximizing what people can get out of themselves. And that's what we want to do on the cruise that we're on, is maximize everyone's performance. So while we do want to be critical of ourselves and we want to take a look at the things that we can do better, we have to be forgiving in that process as well. And hopefully that bleeds over into how we deal with other people. Last but not least is positive self-talk. And this is something that we've been talking about for a while with our training, but let's take a look at another video just to hammer that point home.
You are always having a conversation with yourself. The self-talk is going on relentlessly. We all do it. As an athlete, I'm encouraging you to pay greater attention to that self-talk, to be very intentional about developing positive self-talk. The more positive your self-talk can be, the more likely your performance will be what you also desire. How do we do that? It's important to recognize that when you start thinking negatively, it's important to have that mantra that you can imply or apply rather, that will help you to break that negative self-talk. A mantra is a word or phrase you repeat to yourself to elicit the desired emotional state. What's your mantra? That phrase that you would say to stop the negative talk and get you back on track with the positive self-talk. There are a million examples out there of cool mantras. It's most important that you have one that's personalized to you so that you can get your self-talk positive and release that which you know is in you and stop that negative self-talk from sabotaging your otherwise successful performance.
So to me, positive self-talk boils down to a phrase just like this: keep being good, keep getting them right. We're going to deal with adversity on the field. We're going to deal with situations where we're proven wrong, especially now in the replay era. And the way we respond to that is going to dictate whether we get the next one right. And that's always the goal, is get the next one right. So I've got to be able to keep myself in a positive frame of mind. I've got to control that inner monologue that I'm having and point it in the right direction to make sure that I'm getting the best out of myself for that next call. So keep being good, keep getting them right. Let's bring it all together here and figure out what does this boil down to, because we want to simplify this. We want to have a simple plan for ourselves. When I meet a moment of anxiousness on the field, what am I going to do? I'm going to take my deep breath, 2 in, 1 out. I'm going to say, it's okay that I'm anxious right now, but I know that I've got this. That's my simple plan for myself when it comes to defeating that moment of anxiety, to make sure that I can maximize my ability as an umpire. And let's close with this. How can we empower each other? How can we create an environment on a crew where everybody feels like it's okay to make a mistake, they're going to be forgiven and embraced and built back up for the next one? Because if you, as a crew chief or a member of a crew, can do that, people are going to want to see your name on their schedule, and your crews are going to perform to the best of their ability. So take this mindset preparation idea over the next couple weeks, work on your breath work, work on your self-compassion, have some positive self-talk, and then when it comes time to get out there for the first game of the year, you'll be your best self. Have a good one. Good luck. We're always here to support you. We'll see you next time.
Well, thanks, Brian, virtually. We always like to show something from Brian, and I think every year we try to do something a little bit different. And I think what he was talking about is very appropriate for those of you that are already working in the college game, and certainly at all of our complexes. I mean, when you're on that second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever you can get up to game of the day, and sometimes the only two friends you have are yourself and your partner out there. So remember some of these strategies, because it's easy to get down on yourself when things aren't going well, or just when it's 1,000 degrees on the turf. And some of these, it's good to be nice to yourself. So just remember those things as we kind of move forward here into 2024. We're going to talk a little bit about clothing and apparel and things like that. I just, in terms of what we've done in the last 12 to 18 months here, is bring some more things in-house in terms of apparel and hats and things of that nature. And we felt that it's really helped, especially with controlling our timelines and things like that. We will continue to have 6-stitch United hats on site that Josh will figure out whether they'll be at home field or Creekside or wherever. So we will continue to have those on site there, but we will have a number of other items, including 4-stitch hats that I'll turn it over to Kate to talk about a little bit.
Hey guys, my name's Kate Galante. I just wanted to drop in and go over a couple of things with you guys today. So I'm just going to run you all through what we offer. On field wise right now, everything is Smitty. We have our short and long sleeve uniform on field shirts, blue and black with the panels. We have the Smitty convertible quarter zip jacket, a full zip thermal fleece jacket. For this particular item, just keep in mind, we do not keep these stocked, so it will be an extra couple of days for those to get shipped out to you. With that being said, I do try to ship out everything within 24 hours of you putting your order in. So it is just me, but I do my best to get everything out as quickly as possible. We do have some combo plate and base pants. Again, I don't keep those stocked. If there's something on the website that you're not seeing that you're looking for, just shoot me an email. I'm happy to work with you guys on getting you what you need. In addition to those Smitty uniform items, we have some items that go underneath of your uniform. So we have a blank mock neck short sleeve shirt. We have a United logo embroidered mock neck short sleeve, which is shown on the screen right now. And we have the United logo crew neck short sleeve compression shirt, which is right here. If you're looking for your size in the compression shirt and we don't have it, I have another batch being made right now, so that'll be coming soon. I'll post on social media when they're up and ready. In terms of the mock necks, as of right now, we don't have any plans to restock. So if you're looking for one, make sure you head over to our website quickly. I know some sizes are already sold out, but that's something you guys aren't going to want to wait on if you're looking for one. In terms of hats, Alex mentioned that you guys will have the 6-stitch on field or at your complexes. I will have them on my website too, in addition to 4-stitch hats as well. Both the 6 and the 4-stitch are $25 each. In terms of off-field stuff, we do have some off-field hats. We have a red, white, and blue flex fit. We have 2 trucker hats. One is the black and yellow United logo, and one is the black and white United logo. So something a little bit different. In terms of off-field apparel, we have training shorts. We have some short sleeve t-shirts with a hood, dry fit. And then we have dry fit long sleeve t-shirts as well. We are always coming out with new products. If you guys are if you're looking for anything specific, let me know, because if you're looking for it, chances are someone else is looking for it too. And I'm always looking for some feedback from you guys. The best way to stay in touch with us is through social media. We have an Instagram, we have a Facebook. The handles are listed right here on the screen, as well as the link to our website. I try to update social media anytime we get something back in stock, anytime there's a new product out. With that being said, if you guys have anything that you want to show off, if you want to be featured on our social media, we're always looking for guys to model for us. So you can shoot me an email anytime, or Josh, and we'll get it up and posted. How to contact me, email is definitely the best. Try to not message me on social media platforms if at all possible, just because I don't check those as often as I check my email, and I want to get back to you guys as quickly as I can. And I just want to touch really quickly, if you guys need an overnighted order for whatever reason at any time, don't go ahead and put your order in through the website. Shoot me an email, and we can work it out. And I'll get you guys your stuff as quickly as humanly possible, because I know that things come up sometimes. So does anyone have any questions for me?
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, without further ado, Josh, I will turn it over to you, bud.
Thanks, Alex. I just want to start off by saying I am super excited about this year. It's a new opportunity for us. It's going to be challenging, which is fun for me because I like to push myself. I like to push all you as well into being the best you that you can be. Just want to start by saying thank you to Prep Baseball Kansas City. They support us in whatever we do. They give us all the opportunities to succeed out there on the field also. Whether it's handling situations off the field, giving us water, food, simple cart ride, anything like that. So if you see some of the staff and just, say thank you. Show your appreciation for them as well because they're working very hard to help us on the field and off the field. I want to say thank you to United Umpires for giving us the opportunity to work in Kansas City. Because if you think about it, in 2020, which was a bad year for a lot of people because that was our COVID year, it was actually a good year for us because Creekside opened. United Umpires came into Kansas City and gave a lot of umpires an opportunity to work. So, thank you to them. They've given us 4 great years to be able to just go out there and have fun with each other and succeed at whatever we do on or off the field. Let me address something. I've been getting a lot of texts. Yes, I do not have a beard anymore. 3 months out of the year, I shave. I have a full college season that I am very thankful for. And so I shave 3 months out of the year. Once June hits, it will be back, I promise you. And you'll be used to the same old face that you're used to all year. So just be patient with me on that one. I also want to say congratulations to all the umpires that have received postseason assignments, whether it's college, high school, a Summer American Legion, anything like that. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. One of my good buddies was just informed not too long ago that he is going to be officiating the 2024 Junior College World Series in Grand Junction. That is Brent Both. If you see him during the summer, give him a little pat on the back. He deserves it. He has worked his tail off to get to this point, and I can't be more happy for the guy. If any of you are looking to try to get moving into postseason or further your career, let me know. Talk to Brent, see what he did. Talk to any of the other umpires that are, receiving these postseason nods. See what they're doing. Try to, pick their brain and try to model yourselves after them and, go after it. But go back to that 2020, there were a lot of unknowns in 2020. Who were United umpires? What was Creekside? What kind of baseball was going to be at Creekside? What, who was going to lead us? Who were we going to be working with? We had umpires coming in from all over the country that we had no clue who they were to the local umpires here in Kansas City. It's still the same in 2024. If you think about it, there's a lot of unknowns then, but there's a lot of unknowns now with home field coming into play. We as a group have built a very successful relationship with prep baseball, and we're going to continue doing that. And we're going to take every piece that we've used to build, and we're going to continue building it. Yes, we've talked about being patient. We've talked about the unknowns. We've talked about a lot of things so far on this call. But with all those unknowns, it gives us an opportunity to build what we want to build and how we want to build it. So think about that. Think about some of the small things on how we can build and become even a bigger brand United Umpires, bigger brand with the prep baseball Kansas City. There's a lot of things, a lot of opportunities that we are going to experience and we're going to be able to enjoy for many, many years to come. A lot of the plans that I've heard that prep baseball is going to do are phenomenal. I can't say any at the moment. I will start spreading the joy, spreading the word over the summer if I can, but just know you are going to want to stick around. I know it's going to be very, very tough for some of the things, what we're not used to at Creekside with the locker room, the food, the golf carts, things like that. Some of that's going to be coming over to home field, but there's going to be a lot of growing pains. So just be patient, have fun, just go out there and umpire. We're going to be umpiring baseball at a great facility. I've toured it, taken a peek at it. It looks phenomenal. So just be excited to be a part of United Umpires. One, I want to say a quote. I was giving a photo after the Kansas City 3 umpire clinic last summer. It had a photo of all the leaders, and it also had a photo of all the campers. But most importantly, right smack dab in that photo was a saying: with great success comes continued responsibility. I'll say that one more time. With great success comes continued responsibility. Take a second. Think about that. Think about what that means to you. Think about what that means to the group. It touches home in a lot of different ways. As your leader, for me, I've seen the growth. I've seen the success of each of you personally, and it's awesome. As Prep Baseball Kansas City and the United Umpires continue to grow, so is the responsibility. The responsibility as the umpires as a whole, the responsibility as you, the responsibility of everybody. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be great. We are going to continue the success that we have had over the last several years. The responsibility is going to be even greater, but with that responsibility, we are going to produce, and we are just going to be great. That's what gets me going. That's what makes me really excited about that year right here. We continue to grow as a family. All the umpires that we bring in, we show them what United Umpires in Kansas City are all about. We're just one big family. We're not just umpires. We are a family, friends, family on, off the field. A lot of you get together for Thanksgiving, holidays, parties, birthday parties, things like that. That's in the long run, that to me, that's what this means. The game is the game. We umpire, we go out there and umpire, but to create those relationships, that means a whole lot more than the game of baseball. The relationships that we build is something special. So think about that as well. Start off with some of the successes that we had in 2023. We continued to grow as a whole, as a group. We recruited a lot more umpires. Younger, older, veterans, umpires that are just starting to grow. That's awesome. Everybody that I paired everybody up with worked really well together. They built those relationships. Everybody taught something. Even the younger guys who have never umpired before taught some of the veterans some things: patience, slowing down. So think about that also when we're going into 2024. What are some of the small things that you could do to help recruit or even build a younger umpire up and give them the confidence to succeed at all these levels, especially during the summer when it gets really tough, when the competition of the baseball gets even tougher. Alex hit on this at the very beginning. We had no games in 2023 with one umpire. No games. The year before, we had 9 with one umpire. That's awesome. That says a lot to you as a group. We had over 4,577 games total at Creekside and home field just for the tournament.
Using weight.
I had American Legion games. I had college showcase games that did not have one umpire. That's awesome. That I mean, we're building something. And this year my goal is to have every game covered with 2 umpires, 3 umpires, 4 umpires, whatever it may be. We're going to have the games covered with at least 2. So there's going to be lots of opportunities. Flexibility with schedules and the offsites, especially since we went to Missouri Western up in St. Joe. We went all the way down to Baldwin City in Kansas. That's an hour and a half apart, at least. So there was a lot of flexibility, a lot of, just picking up a game here, picking up a game there, whenever I needed it. If somebody went down, somebody hopped on the field. If I needed an extra guy on another night, somebody took care of that. And I really appreciate that. Thank you. The attitudes have continued to just amaze me. We have our tough days. The summer gets really, really hot. The cold weather during the spring and the fall, it gets really bad. yeah, we get down, but we always find a way to pick ourselves up, and we always find a way to have fun out there and, crack a smile. Even if, we're having a bad day, we always find a way to, pick up our partner on the field, off the field, in the locker room. So that's another thing. Some of the challenges. It's more off the field challenges that I saw. Arbiter, keeping your blocks updated, continuing to accept or decline games in a timely manner. Those are some of the things that you can control, and that, I continue to kind of harp on here at the beginning. I want you to take care of your responsibilities off the field. That's some of the, continued responsibility, that greater responsibility that you can control, that I can't control, but you can. So help me out with that, and it makes everybody's job easier. The communication with supervisors. Every week I send out emails. Who's going to be a supervisor, what days, what times, sites, different things like that. Continue to read those emails. Those emails are really important. Yes, I send out a lot of emails, but a lot of the emails, I give you all the information. There's sometimes like, well, who's the supervisor? And I ask, did you read your email? And you're like, well, no. Well, go read your email. Read the emails. They're, they can be long-winded, but they give you the information that you need, especially when I'm not there during the spring or even during the summer. Ejections, they went up last summer. That's something that we can control and we can learn from. What are we doing? What are we doing wrong? What are we doing right? That's something that I'm going to try to work on this year, to try to teach everybody and try to get those ejections down. I mean, ejections happen. If they got to go, they got to go. But sometimes they can be prevented. Let's see, Creekside and home field. A little 2024 overview of everything. 2024 is going to be bigger and badder in a good way. More games. Our biggest weekend last year, I believe, was over 300 games. Think about that times 2. 600 games per weekend. I mean, that's going to be a lot. So take that into consideration with a lot of things. Not necessarily going to be bad. That's a lot of opportunities for a lot of umpires to work. So be excited for that. There's going to be tons of games. The game counts are going up. All hands on deck. Some weekends we've had 100 teams per weekend last year were our big weekends. This year during the summer, we're close to 150. During the spring, we're at 100. Our games are going to go up. We've got 2 complexes. We've got 14 fields with, 6 to 7 games a day. Think about that. So a lot of games, a lot of opportunities. I'll email the schedule. I mean, a lot of those things I'm going to continue to do. I'll touch on those through emails. The uniforms, the schedules. Not only do I have the Prep Baseball Kansas City with United Umpires, I will have American Legion on the Missouri side. I will also have a few different college showcases throughout the summer also. So don't be discouraged. I'll have all over the place, a lot of opportunities to, work different American Legion, go into the postseason that way, or, with college showcases, it's also a good way to get your name and faces in front of some of these college coaches so they could possibly use you during the spring. With the recruitment of new umpires, I rely on all of you guys, honestly, and girls. We have a lot of new faces on this call that I saw, and I'm happy for it. I'm excited to get everybody in to the United Umpires, continue to grow, continue to make umpiring better in general in Kansas City. I want to give every umpire an opportunity to get to the level that they want to get to. I want them to succeed at whatever opportunity that they are handed at. So, continue to build and recruit friends, umpires that you work with, baseball players that you talk to during a game. If they're looking to get into umpiring, send them my way, send them Rudy's way. Let us talk to them. Let us, give them our spiel and really tie them in and bring them into the family. That being said, a lot of the new umpires that we have on staff, welcome them in, embrace them, show them the United way, show them what we are all about, show them, the fun times. Yes, it's going to be, baseball's tough, but, if you are able to show them a little bit of what we do, it goes a long way. Just embrace them, a simple hello, my name is Josh. What's your name? Where'd you come from? Get to know them a little bit. Show them, that we are personable, that, we want them to stick around and have fun with us. Site supervisors. It's going to be a little bit different this year. We've got 2 complexes, so I need a lot of site supervisors. During the spring, I am very fortunate enough to have Mike Leach, who is a very dear friend of mine. He has decided to help us out every weekend at either home field or Creekside. He is going to be a site supervisor for us. He's going to be the face of the United Umpires, along with Jordan Holmes. Mike understands my philosophy and what I expect. Treat Mike as you would treat me. He is, the gap between the prep baseball staff and you guys. He is going to take great care of you. I have no doubt in that. He can teach the game very well. So just be patient with him. He's going to try his best, just like all the other supervisors are going to try their best because of everything that we don't know that's going to go on. Jordan is going to be at either home field or Creekside. He is a great teacher of the game. He breaks down the philosophies of umpiring really well, where you need to be on the field, the psychological aspects of umpiring as well. So pick his brain if you're ever at one of the sites that he's at during the spring. He can really teach you a lot of things on how to think, why did you do something, why didn't I do something, all those little things. So treat them the same way. During the summer, we're going to have a lot of other faces that I trust. Treat them as, they're me. They are going to try their best. They're going to bust their tails for you and take care of you as, as they would want to be treated. I trust all these supervisors to get the job done. Hands down. I wouldn't put them in this situation, and Todd wouldn't have trusted me to pick all these supervisors to handle this as well. So, Creekside is going to be taking over as all the offsites as it was hit on. We've had several offsites in the past. This year, it's going to be at Creekside and Creekside only. There may be a couple weekends where we go offsite to St. Mary's, to Platte County High School, possibly down to Urban Youth, or anywhere else, KCK. But for the majority of our tournaments, they are going to be at home field and Creekside. I am going to do my best to get you as close as possible to the facilities that you live by, but there may be some times where I need you to go to Creekside if you live down in Kansas, or I may need you to go to home field if you live in Missouri. So just be patient with me. Nothing's changed at Creekside. We're still going to have the locker rooms. We're still going to have the golf carts, the water, the support of the staff, the parking spots that we've had in the past. Home field, different story. A lot of the unknowns. We don't have the locker room. We have the parking spots. We'll have a golf carts, but just be patient with all of us. Communicate. If you see something that you think might be improved, we might be able to improve on, talk to Mike, talk to any of the supervisors. They'll bring it to my attention. I'll bring it to Prep Baseball's attention. If it's something that I feel, is necessary, I'll bring it to them a little bit faster. We'll talk it out. We'll see if it's possible for us to fix it or improve something. And, we're going to make it the best home for any umpire in the Midwest. I will tell you that right now. It's just going to take time. So slow down, have fun, work baseball. The best thing I can say is with home field, let's work together as a team. Let's work together as a family. Yeah, it's not an ideal situation right out the gate, but it's nothing that we can control. It's nothing that Prep Baseball right now can control. We're just making do with what we have. So just go out there, have fun with each other. The baseball is going to be great, and it's going to be a great year. 2024 is, shaping up to be something magical, memorable, and I I have no other words. I mean, I can go on days and days about how excited I am about that. The schedule and uniforms, I'll continue to send emails out about that stuff. So be on the lookout for that stuff. Communication. I am a very busy person. I've got several hundred umpires under my wing. Not only that, I am on the field during the spring. During the summer, I'm trying to help umpires improve. I'm trying to do a lot of different things. So slow down, send me a text. Texting is the best way to get a hold of me. If it's important, let me know that it's an emergency, 911, what the emergency is. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If not, right then and there. If it's not important and you need something, tell me what it is, and then I'll try to get the answer for you and have the answer for you when I get back to you. Same with a phone call. Leave a message, leave a detailed message, not just for me, Todd, Alex, any staff member. Leave a detailed message. That way we can come up with the answers before we get back to you. Not just, hey, this is Josh, give me a call back. That doesn't help me help solve the problem, give you the answer that you need. So think about that. Let's see. If a Prep Baseball Kansas City staff member gives you instructions, follow those instructions. If you have any issues that you feel need to be addressed, don't go to those staff members. Come to one of the supervisors, come to me, come to a United member, and then we'll take care of that going to the staff members. They just get bombarded and they don't necessarily have a lot of time to hear a lot of complaints from the umpires. So if you just come to us, we'll take care of all that for you. Some miscellaneous stuff. I am always in contact with assigners, whether it's high school or college or any other assigner around the country. I am always in contact with guys that come into Kansas City. I always call to give, to get their background, to get resumes on guys that are coming and trying to work for us. Dan Key, Sean Bolte, Chris Koski, Mark Winters, all good friends of mine. I am in contact with them constantly about umpires, trying to give umpires an opportunity to work at those levels, Division II, NAIA, and even JUCO. So think about that. If you're looking to improve and get a better college schedule, or if you're looking to get into college baseball, period, I am constantly talking to them. I am constantly pushing umpires their way, giving those umpires that I think deserve those opportunities to go work. So with that being said, if you are thinking about getting into high school umpiring, if you're thinking about getting into college umpiring, let me know. That way I can talk to you, see if it's a good fit, give you a little game plan on what you need to do. Dan Key, Sean Bolte, John Brower, D2, the NCAA D2 national coordinator, they all come out to Creekside to look at evaluate umpires. If I tell them that there's an umpire that I think they need to look at or work with, they'll come out. They take my word. So if there's an opportunity that you want to, get in front of them, let me know. Trust the process. Everything happens for a reason. If I do something, say something, put you with somebody, it's for a reason. It's because I think you need to get better in a certain field of umpiring, maybe behind the plate. A guy that I trust really well at the Division I level can help you at, some of your footwork, your head height, your strike zone, things like that. Trust the process. Whatever I say may not necessarily be right, but if I can put you with other people, they can push you along in other ways that I might not be able to. And if you're not ready, you're not ready. But it's always better to be a year late than a year early. Remember that. It's always better to be a year late than a year early. Feel free to talk to me. Feel free to talk to any supervisor while we are out at the complexes about either things that you do on the field that you want to get better at, or things such as clinics, which we will be hosting 3 clinics here in 2024, 1 during the summer and 2 during the fall. What clinic you think you should go to, what clinic is right for you, how to get a hold of Sean Bolte, how to get a hold of Dan Key, how to improve your schedule, those things. If you just need a little tidbit, life advice, I'll sit down and listen to you. I'll sit down and talk to you. I'll sit down and try to give you the best advice I can, in any way I can. But, just to know, we're open to talk. We are open just to listen if you need somebody to listen to. Going back to the clinics, I will post the dates. I will post a website for the clinics at a later date through an email. So just be prepared for that. Closing. I mean, I'm almost done here. It's been a pleasure to call all of you family. Honestly, it means a lot to me that we all grow, we all are together as a family, day in, day out, whether it's during the spring, the 6-7 days during the week, during the summer, the prep baseball, Kansas City, they're all family with us as well. We're all in this together. It's remarkable that 4 years ago, I never envisioned what this could be. And now that, we're 4 years later, we have built something very, very unique in Kansas City. We have built a strong relationship with the community, and I'm excited to see what the next 4 years bring for us. This is a great opportunity just to go out there and just have fun. Let's continue to work hard, but most importantly, have fun on the baseball field. Baseball is a game. If a lot of you watched the Buffalo versus Kansas City game, you knew Travis Kelce's brother was up in the suite with Taylor Swift. After Travis Kelce's first touchdown, Jason Kelce took his shirt off, went out of the booth, started screaming with beers in his hand. I want that type of energy this year. I want to just go out there and just unload and just, scream and shout, you guys. I want to just, I'm ready. So thank you again. Thank you to everybody that joined the call tonight. Thank you to Ty, Wally, for taking your time. Thank you to Alex, Todd, everybody else. So with that being said, let's go out there. Let's rock out 2024. Let's have a great year and continue to go.
Thanks, Josh. I will let the meeting end on that. I can't think of a better way to end the meeting. And thank everybody for being with us. And certainly reach out to Josh and all the supervisors if you have any questions. Appreciate you all being here tonight. Have a great evening.